How's it going, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. So today we are going to be talking about tourniquets, and specifically this one right here, the ETQ Gen 2 from Snake Staff Systems. Now, of course, I have the Gen 1 over here as well, which I have been a user of for many years, and I think is fairly awesome. But now they came out with their Gen 2, and it has some noteworthy upgrades. So we're also going to kind of be comparing these to other predecessors, like, the Cat, of course, is in here, Softy Wide. And as you can see, progressively they've been getting smaller, but they've been keeping the same capabilities, which we're going to kind of dive into, right? How do they make a tourniquet realistically that small? So that's what we're going to be discussing today. First off, I don't make any money off this. I am an independent YouTuber. I don't get paid to do this. I get to say whatever I want. So if you buy, let's say at the end of this video, 200 of these, I won't see any money from it because they have no idea I'm doing this video. They don't even know who I am. So that's the cool thing. I get to say whatever I want about anything. And that's the way that we do it here. So, of course, you're probably thinking, if you're not familiar with Snake Staff Solutions and how small tourniquets, you're thinking, no way does this thing work. Well, if you dive under the hood of the Cat, realistically, this is inside of that. Now, the Cat is an 05. Roughly, we kind of went online with 05, 06. But if you look at it right here, I can show you, the only thing that is actually making compression in the Cat is this band right here. This small band, as you can see, runs throughout the entire Cat tourniquet. That is the same width as this. Excuse the aircraft above, they are doing maneuvers today. Might get a little bit loud, but we're just gonna push straight through it. America and air power out there. So, as you see, this is a specific width. This is the same width. So they took the idea of going, okay, why don't we just make the Cat smaller that has the same capabilities? And that's in essence what they did, not sacrificing on anything else. Now, granted, that could be argued because these over here are TCCC rated. Those are not. Now, there's whole issues with TCCC rating, and they don't rate tourniquets, and they might do it every 10, 20 years or something like that in that realm. So, different regard. Now, one thing to mention too is I'm a TCCC instructor, level 1, level 2. I'm not a paramedic. I haven't rode on an ambulance. I'm just fairly proficient in battlefield care under fire, in essence. My years and years in the military, I have trained a lot of people on different tourniquets, and I'm just sharing my opinion on newer things that are coming out. So let's do the differences between these two, the Gen 1, the Gen 2, right? Clearly you can kind of see, granted this is a wide, this one's a skinny one, so different in size, but that's just because of the product. But the polymer is different. See, this is a gray one, this is a black one, different polymer, and they went to a different generation, right? So gray is Gen 2, black is Gen 1. The Cat tourniquet kind of did that too with their little time band, right? The Gen 7s, as far as I'm tracking right now, are all gray, unless you get a trainer, which is all blue, which I have one floating around here somewhere. Probably in my training bag, but the polymer is different, along with the windlass. They did away with the knurling and the kind of weird barrel style, I guess you could say. I didn't have an issue with this, but after going to this one, which is pretty cool, is they have like kind of a triangular concave, like it kind of bows in. This is actually very pleasant to get your fingers inside and twist on the fly. I found it to be actually more beneficial, in my opinion. Now, others could argue that, but I just think it's easier to get a hold of, especially when your hands are wet. They might have a bunch of blood or some kind of other, material on them, mud, whatever it is, whatever environment. I find this to be a little bit easier. They also opened up the gate, so the gate is wider on this one, the Gen 2, than the Gen 1, just to make it easier for the windlass to slip in there. Yeah, and then also, of course, the thing that stands out is there is no chem stick. Where did it go? Why did they remove it? Well, I have my own theory on that, but then what they state is it was too difficult to manufacture. It wasn't difficult, it was just easier to manufacture these without it, no set screw, and people were accidentally or inadvertently snapping these in their pocket, which makes sense. If you're trying to pull it out and you break it, and maybe you're not using it every day, and then when you go to actually use it, the chem stick's dead and it's broken and it doesn't work. So it makes sense if people were foregoing the chem stick and they didn't care for, you know, not using it. So they said they adapted that into this style. My opinion, it was a marketing thing, which was amazing on their part. The chem stick in this was an amazing marketing tactic. If this is true, this is just my opinion again, sold these things like hotcakes, like crazy. And then they got the funding to upgrade to something like this. Now, I'm not saying this is a bad tourniquet because I've used it a lot and I find it to be beneficial. Just my opinion. But again, I think it was a massive, awesome marketing technique. Could be wrong, but it was very smart on their behalf. Now, they also did the ring. They actually added a metal ring in here, which apparently is supposed to distribute the load better, or as you're twisting your windlass around, it like pushes down on it equally rather than this. There could be a better explanation for that. I imagine there is, but anyways, it's meant for a smoother twist and torque, putting better torque and whatnot on the tourniquet itself. Now, of course, in general, like I've mentioned, which one are you more likely to carry? Are you more likely to carry a large cat tourniquet on you every day or something this small? In my opinion, here getting to the end of it, get a good tourniquet and actually carry it with you. Get one from a reputable source. Do not go to Amazon. I will not even link Amazon tourniquets in the description box below at all, ever. You will never see a cat tourniquet description box below or in the Amazon link, because you need to go directly to reputable websites. Specifically, I recommend Skinny Medic, My Medic, you know, there's a couple other out there. I'll have to link in the description box below. So if they're there, that's where you can get them. They'll be legit. To my knowledge, they are selling North American Rescue legit stuff. I'll also put the Snake Snaff solutions down in there so you can go purchase them. Again, I don't make any money, so it is what it is. You go ahead and purchase whatever you want. It is not TCCC rated, but you know, at your own will. I'm not a legal expert, just a professional end user, I guess you could say, of these, sharing my opinion. So I will be carrying this at the end of the day. Yes, I do carry typically 4 tourniquets, and 2 of them are cats, and then 2 of them are softy wides on my gear when I'm working. I will implement this into the system after I, you know, use it a little bit more, I guess you could say, but this is on my everyday carry right now. Like it will be in my pocket for my family and stuff like that. Just because the Gen 1 worked, why wouldn't the Gen 2, in my opinion? People can call me stupid for doing that, but I would rather carry around something that is, I'd rather carry around something that has a maybe rather than nothing at all. But that's just my opinion. So if you like this kind of stuff, definitely like, subscribe, greatly appreciate it. We have patches and stickers. These are the 2 stickers, right? Original OG, and then we have the M81 if you're interested in. This helps directly, of course, the channel, because I'm not funded by anybody. Again, nobody pays me money to do this. I am independent. I do what I want. I provide whatever information in a way I feel fit, as in based upon my experience. So no one pays me off. In essence, you get true real-world information. PayPal, Patreon available too. Like, subscribe, greatly appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you all have a great day.